Hello, so this is the demo video on how to use Tybo editor. In this video, we're going to focus on how to create a website and start adding some sections and elements and customizing those sections, navigating to different pages and setting up your navigation bar and the footer. So let's jump to it. So I'm going to say this is a Nike demo, and I will go ahead and click create. Then once I created the site, I'm here on the canvas. These are the elements. This is what you're going to be using to add a new element. These are the layers. We're going to be using this in a moment. These are the theme of the website, and this is a database of your website. To switch between pages, you click this drop down and you can go to the page that you want to go to. To add a new page, you can click on this plus sign, and to view the website and page settings, you can click this settings icon. You can do these things to click to different views for tablets, phone, and the desktop view. You can zoom in and zoom out. You can preview your site. On this publish, as soon as you create a website, your website Tybo will give you the free domain that you can share with your friends and family. So your website will be always live there, and you can click here to connect your own custom domain. Right now, it's not connected, and this one is live already. These are different sections. So here we have a blank section. Every section starts with this one. Then you can add any of these ones here. In the near updates, you should be able to drag the whole thing as a new section. That update is coming soon. On the layout, this is just a blank frame that you can add on the screen and put items inside of it or style it. These are the different types of layouts. If you want the column layout, you can drag this one. If you want a row, this one. A grid. This is an overlay if you want to add some transparency on top of your image or on top of a background image. And then this is a navigation over here. You can just drag this nav and put it in your screen, or you can drag in the footer as well, and this is the menu icon. So these are for the navigation. Mostly this is what you need. I think we're still gonna clean up the rest of these items over here, especially this one. Text, this is where you can put your headings, subheadings, your paragraph, and you put your links. You're gonna be using this the most, text. And if you want a contact form or any other form, you can just put this one right there. The media, if you want some images, some icons, some video, a YouTube video or Google Maps, you can just drag in and put it in your page. If you are working with databases, you're gonna need to put some list in your page. So these are the widgets that you're gonna be using for that. We're gonna work with these ones in the future, but the rest of them we might be able to touch on them today. And perhaps in the forms as well, we can create a separate video for them because they have some configurations. So let's get started. The first thing you need in your page is the section. I want 3 sections on this website. I want the hero, I want the feature section, and I want our testimonial section. So let's start by doing that. So I'll click here and drag a section in the page. I can also zoom out and drag another section over there and drag another section over there. Now I can switch between the views and see how my site is going to look like in different views. Okay, so let me just refresh the page to make sure that everything is intact. Section 1, section 2, and section 3. Let's start by adding a navigation in this section. So what we're going to do is I'm going to click on the layout and add a frame. Remember, I said this is just a blank container that you can do stuff to it. This section have the maximum width of 1200. That means it's gonna box the content in 1200. If you don't want this, you can remove it, and when you refresh the page, this will be taking the full screen, just like now. And I think I want it to be like that, or rather I want it because I want my navigation bar to be on the center. So I'll bring in the maximum width on the page and I will make it 1200. There we go. So now we have our box. You will see that I do a lot of refreshes. I just want to make sure everything is saved and it's reflecting before I go a long way. but we are working on those updates as well just to make sure that everything is intact. This is really a pre-release demo. Now let's go ahead and add an image. So with this selected, I can either go there, then go to media and click on the image. This will be my logo, and then I can drag my image, and then I'll go to content and upload the image that I want. Essentially, I want this Nike logo. So I drag it there. It's a very nice PNG image. And now that I have my logo on the screen set, I'll go ahead and drag some navigation links. So I want my navigation links to be on the left of my screen, like somewhere here in the end. So to do that, I'll group it inside the container as well. So here, I will remove a background in the section. I can always see the boundaries of the section when I'm clicking on it. So now let's go ahead and add another frame. So I want another frame inside here. So now you see I have two frames, and I will change the layout of this to be the horizontal layout. You're going to be using layouts a lot, and I'll resize this as well to fit my content. For now, one option I can resize it manually, and I can play around with this container now, how I want it to align items. I can already do that with this because this is where the links would be. So I will click on the layout, and right now items are stacked at the beginning of the container. So if I click here, you'll see things will be stacked in the center top. If I click here, everything will be in the center. But I don't want to stack stuff, I want them to be spaced. So now there is a space between the elements. Now I can start adding my links over here. So let's refresh and just check everything is deleted. And thank God it says. Then click here and add a link inside this box. And then I will click this box as well and change the layout to center. I can start items from the beginning, I don't mind. Right, and then I'll change this one to home. I will click here and go to content and say the type of link is going to take me to the page, and it's going to take me to the home page. Perfect. The styles of the link, I'm okay with black. This is fine. This is black. So yeah, this is okay for me. So I'll just copy this and paste it here and paste it here. How many pages do I have? 4. And then I'll paste it one more time. Then you know we're going to have to change the direction of this layout to the row or horizontal layout. And now we can align everything in the center like this. If we want to change the gap between the items, we can do so by doing that. Now I'm going to change the height to fit content and change the width as well to fit content. And I'm going to remove the fill. See what we have. And now I can say this is about us, and this is contact, and this is services. I want to move services to the left. I'll just use my keyboard arrow keys to move it just here before the home link. This section here, the first one, I will dedicate it to the navigation bar. So I will change the height to fit content. There we go. And I might as well just change this from this light gray to pure white, or something more exciting actually, maybe like a gradient. So I will go there and make this a gradient fill, and I will make it a light purple that goes towards the gray, but I want everything to be really light. So I'm gonna go back and select my first color and make sure it's actually quite light, something like that. I think I like it. So now everything is intact. We have our navigation bar set, and if I click here and click play, Now I can already see my navigation bar there on the new page, which is nice and beautiful. Now let's fly to another section. This is the hero. Connected. This is the hero section now that we are. Now let's create a hero section. It's up to us how we want to style this, but for the purpose of this demo, I want to show you how to use the existing or the pre-designed item. This one created from scratch. Now we are using the pre-created one. So I'm gonna go to layout, sections, and drag in one of this section and put it in the page. I like this one for a hero. So there I have it. Fresh is still there. Good. And then here I'm gonna start with the image and go ahead and change it in the content and upload one of my Nike shoes that I downloaded, and I think I love this one here. So let's wait for it to upload. There we have it, and let's just change the height of this section. I like my section to fit content, and then I can go to advanced and change the padding. I'll click here if I don't have it and change the top and bottom padding to like maybe 80. Okay, that looks good, and then I can just adjust this image to fit nicely. So here I have it, and here I will say the luxury sneakers near you, near you. Okay, let's just leave it like that. I will leave the font as it is, pump it up, change this to like extra bold, and pump it up maybe to 60. Yeah, I want to pump it out there. And let's drop this link here, then say now here, and then we're gonna change the feel of this one to match um, the orange. So I'm gonna go there and just pick the orange color. Let me just zoom out a bit so that I can see this. And here, I think I like it there, right? Then I would zoom in back, so that's another trick. And I would pump this button up to be a little bit big, just like that. Shop now, and this one here, you can pump it up as well to match the heading. Maybe 24 should be fine. This one, let's put it to 48 rather. Okay, let's preview our site, how it looks like so far. Oh, this is what we have. Okay, but things are not, this is aligned, this is not aligned. I want to make sure that this picture is aligned to the nav. So it's easy. I can also use the layouts that I used here. Remember this layout here? It was spaced. This one here, you see the picture ends here, there's still a space because it's stacked. So I will make it spaced as well. Then now, bam, our layout looks really beautiful. Now let's create another section. This section over here is gonna be our top, our new in items, right? And the prices. So we're gonna kind of create a product card. So for the product card, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead there and add some. I will add a frame. This is the card, and then I will size it like this. I will make it pure white, and then I will go to the shadows and increase the X shadow and the Y shadow, and then the blur and the spread a bit, and change the color maybe to like something like gray, like this, and then decrease the opacity just like that. Okay, maybe we can decrease the spread. You'll see when it looks nice. I think this looks nice. Let's see it in the live website. So I have a card here. Uh, Here in this section as well, I will change it to fit content and go to the padding and make this again. I like 80 by 80, 80 by 80. Uh, this section over here, the top one, I think we can also make it a nice gradient just for the top section only, right? So instead of making it this gray, why don't you make it a nice gradient and just start from this light purple and maybe goes towards just like that, and then we can rotate our gradient. Let me zoom out a bit uh, and see what type of rotation we want. I think where there is text, yeah, I think this is blending very well. And now let's zoom back and see it on the left side on how it looks like. So here it is. It must be a little bit too much because the nerve have the gradient too, but I think the nerve can be just solid white and leave the next section like this. I think this looks really beautiful. Now let's go ahead and complete this, guys. First of all, here I'm gonna drag in another text that's saying new in. So let's drag in the subheading here and say this is new in. Refresh. Okay, I'm gonna move this up there. You will see me now. You will see me how I'm doing this. Then I will add a frame. Refresh, make sure it's there. Copy this card and move it there, and then I will drop this one here. Why am I doing this? It's because now I want this section here. Let me remove the fill and let me remove the height to make it just fit content. And in this parent, I will just make the gap like 12. Okay. I want these cards to be inside this layout here so that I can control them. I can control the layouts of this card as I want. And this one on top of there without any distractions. At the end, I just have 2 items in this parent layout, and then here I have more items. Without any further ado, let's create the product card. So here, I'm gonna go ahead and add an image. The image is 60%. I'm gonna make it 100. And the height is 200 pixel. I think that is about fine. But let's see how the content will look like inside of it. So let's put this here, right? We're gonna just create one and then see how it's looking. So we might have to adjust this a bit and just make sure that this thing centers everything, or centers everything like that there on top. Okay, I like this. I'm gonna copy the text and put it there. Okay, and say happy Nike runners. Sorry about this. I did not blend the content of this demo beforehand. I wanted to give the life experience to these things, but I hope when you do this, you're gonna have the Figma design already, so that it's easier for you to actually build the website without having to think about it on the go. I want as well a link here. Let's just say add to cart. Okay. This one here, I will just say it's 1,000 rands, and the link is gonna just say add to cart, and I want it to take the whole space pretty much. And let's give it the same background with this one. So I'll click here and click on the fill and just hit the plus to save this color. And then when I get here, I can just go to the fill and just use the plus. That's it. And use the white color. Okay, add to carts, and then here let's see if I can add an cat icon. Okay, let's keep the icon for now. I'm gonna make it as well a story for another day. Okay, let's change this height to fit content and add the padding of 12 by 12. Okay, and then let's add the gap of, you see, as I'm adding the gap and the padding, the card changed the heading automatically. That because it's fit content and it's just auto adjust, which is what you want. So let's preview this on the site. I'm quite happy with how this thing came in. Maybe we can just increase the gap here. Maybe and just say the gap is 24. And then let's just copy this card and paste and paste. Okay, so now we have our card pasted. All we need now is to make this layout go this direction. Okay, so let me just paste here again. And then now, I don't know how many we can fit here, but let's just start by changing the content, right? Let's change the content first. Let's just put different products images and see how this turns out to be. Okay, right, this is not a PNG. I'm not happy about that. Let's try this one. There we go. You might have to adjust these things individually to better fit the image. But for now, I'm going to leave it like that because you got a price to pay for that. You have to choose. Unless we can make the card with the fixed height, of which I think that's the solution for this one for now. Um, okay, so now I want to play around with the layout of this one. First of all, I will see if I say I want this width to also fit content. Okay, I think that's much better. And and then on this one, I think, okay, so this is happening live, guys. We have to take the live decisions, right? So now I have one problem, right? I want to select the container that is containing this, but I can't get to it. This is where the layers come in, right? They already tell me what I have selected here. So I'm on this frame that have the image, the heading and stuff. So I'll just go to the parent frame, which is that, and go to the layout and increase the gap, right? Let's just increase the gap a bit. And we want now to change this and align the items in the center like that. I think the UI will be more professional. Let's see if we love it. I think we love it. I think we love it. You get the point now. You get the point. So this is how you just go about it to add the new sections and customize them. And right now we're just putting the products directly on the page, but you can also connect them to the e-commerce. I would like to create one more um, items that have the promotion banner. And for instance, maybe just something like this. And you can just go ahead and add another section. You get the flow. You get the flow. I created this from scratch just to show you. As well, I could literally add these cards because at the end of the day, they are pretty much the same. You can just do a few adjustments to get it to be this. Now, let's add another section here. I would just say this one, let's say this is just a frame. This is just more of a promotional banner, right? I will make sure it's in the center of this section. Okay, and here I will make the fill an image, and I'll go to Unsplash and find the Nike sneaker. Let's see what I would find here. Mm, okay, I'll take this one and download it like as a small image. Okay, uh, and then here what I'm gonna say is I'll just go ahead and upload that image right there as the fill, right? I want to show you how. Let's try to put the position to the center. Okay, we might have to increase the size of this section a little bit to make sure that it fits the content, or we can just decrease the width as well, right? Like that. But I want it to be a little bit bigger, so perhaps I will increase the size and I will increase the section as well to fit it. Okay, I think I'm happy with this. Let's see what we have. Okay, and then now I will change the border radius of this container here. So I will clip everything and just push it like that. And remember I said if you want to put the text on top of the image, you need to use the overlay. So I think this is where the overlay can come to play. Let's check. Let's see what we have so far. This is the beautiful website we have, don't we? Okay. So right now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drag the overlay and put it there. So I can go to add again, go to layouts and go to the overlay and just put it there. You see now we have this darker background on top of our image. I think the overlay is gonna need to match the radius of the parent. So let's just do that so that it blends in like that. Okay. Now let's fill it up with the color. So now we can choose the color that we want to fill this. If you want this purple and put it into darker, increase the opacity a bit, and then you can do that. Now you can put your text there like that, and your button there, copy. You see now it's getting faster because you already have elements. All we need to do in the overlay, we can just change the gap between the item, change the color of this one to make it white. So something did not save properly. Let's do that again. Refresh the page, okay, and all we need is to make this white and say this one is sign up. We can just say join our newsletter. That's it. Let's see how this looks like. This is the last section, I promise you. We've just covered the fundamental of you getting started with your website. Do you see that effect? That's when you tap, there's some sort of a parallax that is going on there. That is super cool. That is on the background image. So if we go there in the layers again and click on this frame here, we can see that on the background field we have the attachment fixed. So that means when you scroll, the background will be fixed right there where it is. It's not going to scroll with the page, and I love it like that. So you can play around and see other options right there. Okay, so this is the end of our session, guys, and let me know in the comments what you think and if you have any other questions, and let me know if you are willing to try this editor out. It's new, we're developing it, and we hope to make it very dynamic, especially in terms of data, be very data driven, and have a lot of open features even on the free mode. So let's try it out, guys, and let me know how you're finding it. And this section here, I can also make it pure white, this section. Okay, I don't like it. It's white. Maybe that's pure white. That's a little bit gray, but not too much. Like that. Okay. Refresh and preview our final website. There it is. There it is, guys. And it's super nice, and I love it. I love it.